Welcome back. Well, we still have a couple more games to get to. You always have some tough matchups in round one for our state line teams in 7A, and I don't think that applies more to any school besides Harlem in their matchup that they had in round one tonight.
Yeah, Harlem hosting 16-seeded Mount Carmel, who just so happens to be back-to-back state champions. Obviously, they were 6-3 this year, but all three of their losses came to top-seeded playoff teams. So, I mean, definitely going to be a tough match for Harlem, and got to see kind of what they can feed off of here as the Harlem Huskies are ready to host Mount Carmel at home. Taking a look at Jordan Lynch, Mount Carmel's head coach, former NIU quarterback.
NIU Hall of Famer,
yeah,
too.
and Heisman finalist as well. But Daniel Taylor starts off the game with a big-time first down for Mount Carmel. Then Harlem gets a big stretch of energy here on a big-time hit from one of their linebackers. It's not ruled a fumble, but Mount Carmel keeps the ball. And who else do they go to? Daniel Taylor Jr., taking this ball to the house as he finds the outside and gets some big-time blocks for a big-time touchdown. That's 7-0 Mount Carmel. And then Harlem goes for a fake punt, and Mount Carmel gets the ball right back at the 19-yard line. And check this out as they go to Quentin Burrell for a big-time touchdown through the air. Almost wide open. I mean, I don't know why Harlem's defense wasn't there. Mount Carmel gets the ball again. And who else do they go to other than Daniel Taylor? This might be the run of the year if they were in our coverage area. Check this out. He's got to have a ton of D1 offers getting into the end zone.
Big man can move.
As Mount Carmel is making their testament to want to go with a three-peat as they win 56-14. Now over to Hononegah, as the Nick 10 shared champions are taking on Willowbrook, an opponent that they're very familiar with, beating them last year in the playoffs. Willowbrook's first drive starting with the ball. Junior Janus Reed finds Charlie Siegler for a big-time gain and first down. Now 3rd and 6 from the 15. Reed looking for the end zone, but there's a PI call on Hano to put Willowbrook inside the 5. Hano forcing a 4th and 1, but Willowbrook gets into the end zone on this Aiden Cool touchdown, punching it in. Willowbrook up 7-0. Now Hano with the ball, but wait, they fumble it. Willowbrook dives on the ball, getting it back on their next possession, and they get a field goal out of it. Hano with the ball again now, down 10-0 like I just said, and Dominic Kelly just gets swarmed by the Willowbrook Warriors defense, taking a sack. Now we jump to another Hano possession with the ball again. Willowbrook's defense coming in clutch on the pick 6 by Otis Powell. It's a 23-0 game. Now going into the half, less than a minute till then, and Dominic Kelly airs it out to Sam Hagg on the deep touchdown to give Hano some life. Now down 27-7 at halftime. Now coming out of the half, they give to Kurt Smith on their first drive, and he's all reliable for him, making it a 27-13 ball game in the second half. The Indians' late burst just isn't enough, losing 40-21 in this one.
Tough way to end Hononegah's great season. And now let's take a look at what we got coming up tomorrow. We have a very busy Saturday of football games for round one. Stockton, they've had a great season. They're making the trip over to Princeville. Of course, Lena Winslow hosting their round one game. They will have a matchup against Clifton Central. Now, some other games we got here. Rockford Lutheran in 1A as well. That's going to be a very interesting game against Anawan Weathersfield, because Lutheran, they have really showed that they can hang with a lot of teams this year. And Eastland Pearl City, same thing there at 2A. They're going to be heading over to Rock Ridge, and EPC, they have been amazing this year as well. Stillman Valley, very tough test in front of them. Wilmington is one of the better football programs in these lower schools, and that is going to be a tough one for the Cardinals. And then we got an all-local game at 1 o'clock at 3A. Genoa Kingston will be facing Dupec at Pecatonica High School at 1 o'clock. That's going to be a great matchup there. NUIC versus the Big Northern. Hoyland making the trip out to Chicago against a great Chicago South Shore team. Sycamore, they are the number 1 seed in 5A. They got Bolles College Prep coming up tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Really interested in this game at 6 o'clock, Josh. I know we're going to have you out there for that one, and you've been covering Freeport very closely all year. It's going to be interesting to see what they can do against Woodstock North.
Yeah, it is going to be very interesting, especially to see how Freeport can kind of bounce off of that momentum from getting their first playoff berth since 2008. That'll definitely be a huge game. And the Guilford Vikings heading out to Chicago, another Chicago matchup, as they take on the St. Rita Mustangs at 3 p.m. tomorrow night. Definitely got a ton of great games tomorrow. Eric's even going to be in-house tomorrow, taking on the 6:30 show,
Yeah.
showing off all those highlights. I'll be in the 10, but we will have a ton of games to cover tomorrow. Going to be just as energetic as tonight.
Yep, it's going to be a busy, busy day of football, but it is the best time of the year. And now we got to take you out to our plays of the night. Normally we do play of the night, but we had two in this game that were just too much fun. Starting with this one-handed catch from Marengo right here, Parker Mandelke. First touchdown of the game against Dixon. That's a way to intimidate Dixon. They were obviously the favorite in the game, but when they come out with a play like that, you know they got to bring their best. So who do they turn to? Landon Kanagi, and he has his best as well. You could make a play of the night from him every time he takes the field, and he does it once again.
Almost every time he touches the ball, too. I feel
Feels
like he's
like it's a
always
touchdown,
yeah,
yeah.
he's always just got open field ahead of him. But
Well, I don't know why our desk is going down, but I guess that's all the time that we have because our desk has decided that the night is over. So we're going to start getting ready for the second half of round one. That's going to be coming. The desk is coming back up now. All right, we're going to start getting ready for round one on Saturday, and it is going to be a great slate of games. We got 7 local games, I believe, that we will be covering tomorrow. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it all shakes out. And since this is our last Frenzy Plus show of the year, I want to give a shout out to all of our shooters. They did such a great job. Jason, our producer. We got Quay, who's done a great job of shooting football all year. Forrest Nelson manning the controls all year, posting the scores for you on social media.
Yeah.
Tim Brayman.
and Anthony Ferretti,
Anthony
coming in
Ferretti,
clutch
the
for me
legend.
every week. Yeah, always putting the team on his back. But
Anything that Josh and I forgot to do for a show, that was Anthony's job to fill in while we were out there. So he was saving us left and right, as was everyone here. So thank you so much for a great season, but we are still going to have plenty of highlights coming up tomorrow in our 6:30 show and 10 o'clock, so we hope you can join us there. For Josh Reisig, I am Eric Graver. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you tomorrow night.